the numbers to call 876-630-9371, 630-9372, 630-9373, 630-9374, and 618-8255. Those are the numbers to call if you have any consumer-related matters. Just a few things before we go to the calls. The first thing I want to address this morning is proper placement of generators. Now, we've had several conversations with Ruth Lynn from JPS, and she has several times talked about properly placing your generators. And she said, whether solar or otherwise, place your generator outside. Do not put your generator in the house because of something called carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is an odorless vapor gas that is released from the generator, and if the generator is placed in your house, especially somewhere where there is little to no ventilation, then eventually you can die from carbon monoxide poisoning. And we just got a report of another person in Falmouth who died from carbon monoxide poisoning. And I'm imploring all Jamaicans using generators at this point, and we can understand why. If you have need to use a generator, ensure that it is outside. That's the best way to keep yourself safe. Put it outside. And I'll repeat the tips given by one of our listeners yesterday. Do not fuel the generator while it is running. And also ensure that when you're doing that, there is nobody smoking nearby or anything that can cause an explosion close by. So once again, ensure that your generator is outside when running. Carbon monoxide poisoning is a real thing, and it has killed a couple of our fellow Jamaicans already. And we don't want that number to increase. I have two other things, but we are up on a break. So we're going to take a break. Just to remind you that we'll be taking your calls throughout the program today. The numbers to call 876-630-9371. And that goes up to 4 and 618-6730. Take a break and come back with more.
Decorate and redecorate your space with water-resistant, colorful, and fast-drying paints from Edgechem Paints. The time by Edgechem Paints, changing lives 1 gallon at a time, is
9:15.
This is a public service announcement from JPS. The service support hub for the JPS Customer Care Center, located in Western Jamaica, is now back to normal operations. This means that in addition to other support channels, including the MyJPS app, self-service, and web chat, customers are now able to call through to the Customer Care Center as before. JPS thanks you for your patience and understanding. That was a public service announcement from JPS.
Good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I am Nora Gay Banton. And as I said before, we are taking your calls. But, let me take the call because the next thing I had to say, it may take a little time. So let me take the call before I go to that. Mario, good morning.
How are you?
I am good. How are you?
Not very good. I also pick up on which I want to talk.
I'm not hearing you clearly. Do you have the phone on speaker?
Once.
Hello?
Huh?
I'm not hearing you clearly. Do you have the phone on
I better
speaker?
now?
It sounds like the phone is on
I have to put
speaker.
a point.
Hello?
I'm 68 years old. I live alone. And I haven't gotten any current about 4 houses beside me where I live on Fulger Road. There's no current for the past 2 weeks. I'd like to know if there's any problems on Fulger Road where I can't get my light, where other houses get. Number two, in the same JPS, they came to my home recently and cut down my bearing coconut tree with just no threat to any line whatsoever. And since morning, I heard on your station that they have the customer service line still open. I've been trying to get it with no success. Hello?
Yes, are you through?
Yes.
Okay. So you are on Fogel Road, you said,
Yes.
and the other houses have electricity and yours does not?
Right.
All right. Do you have access to, or are you able to utilize the My JPS app?
No, I called the customer. I called customer service this morning because I know they're down. And this morning I heard, from yesterday evening, I heard an ad from JPS that they're up now and they're supposed to be working.
Right. That was for the Western office though. The other offices should have been up. The centers should have been up.
I've been trying to call them. I'll get the line busy.
Okay. I ask you if you have access to the app because you
No,
can.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay. All right. So you are on Fogel Road.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I'm gonna ask you to just stay on the line. Give Michelle your information, your account number, address, and all of that, and let's see if we can reach out to JPS to see if they can bring some attention to it for you and get it sorted. All right.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Anton. Have a good day.
All right. You too. Mario said they cut down his bearing coconut tree, which was of no threat to the line. You know, I would caution Mario before he assumes the tree was of no threat to the line. Because if it had done anything, stayed there and caused any problem, Mario would be the same one calling out JPS today, you know. So let's just be careful. And if it was of no threat to the line yet, it may be soon. And based on how he described it, his bearing coconut tree, it doesn't sound as if Mario was willing to let go of that tree, even if it was close. So, Mario, I would caution you. But I hope JPS can sort out your electricity issue. We have a next caller on the line. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I just want to highlight something. I'm living in Spanish Town, and the week before the hurricane, the NCB ATM machine has not been working. I'm living on the Old Harbour Road, and there's two on the Old Harbour Road, and none of the two is working. I went up to Spanish Town yesterday, up by this plaza, and there's one in the plaza, that one not working. I went further down the road to another little plaza, that one not working. The only working ATM that I've met was Sagicor, and that is what the line is so long. So I just asked if you could just point it out to NCB, because their ATM has not been working before the hurricane, and it's 2 weeks now.
All right, thank you for that.
Yes,
NCB, your
Yeah.
ATMs in
The
Spanish
two on Old
Town
Harbour Road not working,
and
the
surrounding
two-
areas are not working, NCB, and this is from before the hurricane. So that's about 2 weeks now. NCB, your machines in Spanish Town, Old Harbour Road and surrounding areas, they're not working. Not working. and your customers would like to get access to the ATMs to go about their business and continue their lives. All right. NCB, your machines in Spanish Town not working. And now more than ever, many people want to get cash to assist their families who are in the West to do all sorts of things. So NCB, you need to address the issue concerning your machines in Spanish Town. There are some areas here, I got a message here, some areas in Trelawney. Residents are saying they need assistance in southern Trelawney. The MP is Marissa Dalrymple Philibert. Troy, Wilson's Run, Crownlands, and other surrounding areas. Troy, Wilson's Run, Crownlands, they are begging for some assistance, some aid to get to them. They're saying they're not getting any assistance. Troy, Wilson's Run, Crownlands, and other areas. So if you are carrying out any relief efforts and you're going to Trelawney, here are some areas that are not being reached. Troy, Wilson's Run, Crownlands, and other areas. I'm not sure if the roads are accessible there, but if you can get to those areas, those residents are in need of aid. And speaking of accessibility, the minister responsible for works, Robert Morgan, has been posting on his Instagram page roads that are cleared, roads that are still blocked. And I'll go with the corridors, the main corridors that have been restored. Ocho Rios to Port Antonio to Morant Bay to Kingston, Kingston to Agualta-Vale, that's through the Junction Road, Kingston to Mandeville, Mandeville to Santa Cruz to Black River to White House to Savannah Lamar to Negril, Savannah Lamar to Montego Bay, and Montego Bay to Ocho Rios. All those main corridors are restored, so if you need to access anywhere along those roads, then you should be able to. The minister also put out a list of roads that are still being worked on. So in Hanover, Riley, Dias to Glasgow, there are landslides there. Hopewell to Horton Grove, landslides and fallen trees. Flint River to Cascade, landslides and fallen trees. Cascade to Jericho, landslides and fallen trees, and all the others are following this one, landslides and fallen trees. Riley to Bushmouth, Parish Border to Rock Spring, Kingsvale to Prospect, Davis Cove to Dias, and Salt Spring to Moorland. All those have landslides and fallen trees. So if you have a company, you have a backhoe, you have a big truck, you can assist with clearing the debris and the fallen trees in Hanover. These areas need you. In St. Mary, 56 roads were impacted and all have been reopened to single lane traffic. In Clarendon, there were 29 corridors impacted and all have been reopened to at least single lane traffic. In St. Thomas, Morant River Bridge to Potosi, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. There's a breakaway at Whitehall. Bethel to Mahogany Vale, there's a damaged ford. Bethel to Richmond Gap, breakaway at Mount Vernon, and 11 miles to Landoway. Landslides are there. In Portland, Wakefield to Hardware Gap, landslide. Section to Silver Hill Gap, landslide. And Fair Prospect to Ecclesdown, landslide. And in St. Anne, Monique to Blackstone Edge is flooded. In St. Elizabeth, Vauxhall to Arcadia is flooded. Mountainside to Malvern is severed. Balaclava to Keysham is to be assessed. Aberdeen to Quickstep still to be assessed. Whitehall to Beth Salem still to be assessed. Whitehall to Accompong still to be assessed. Hodges to Speculation, damaged road. Newton to Magoty, there are fallen trees. Silo to Magoty is flooded. And Knoxwood to Burnt Savannah is flooded as well. I'm going to pause there to get to this caller. The caller is Henry. Good morning.
How are you? Good morning.
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
I am not too bad myself. Just saddened for the situation that's taken place on the western end of Jamaica.
Yeah.
But there is hope.
Yes, indeed.
And I just want to talk to Jamaican people. I hope that a lot of them are hearing me at this time. Because a lot of the things that we're seeing on social media, it doesn't look good and it doesn't sound good. And we need to understand that the election is over. And there are people that are in need, and there's a crisis right now. But this too shall pass. Help is coming, but it's not going to happen one time. People can go and research 2017 Hurricane Irma that hit the British Virgin Islands. It was also a Category 5 hurricane, wind speed of 180 miles per hour, that decimated the British Virgin Islands. And in times like these, sometimes relief are slow, but we cannot give up. And people need to stop playing politics in this time and stop playing on people's emotion, because that's what people love to do. Know that people is emotional and you play on people's emotion in this politics. Help is coming. Help is on the way. There's a lot of help coming. But there are some people that is not going to get help at the same time. The British Virgin Islands is just about 28 square miles. And it takes weeks before some people got the help that they needed. The British Virgin Islands can drop in one of Jamaica parishes maybe 20, 25 times. So Jamaica is a big place. And as far as I'm seeing, the government is doing what they can. JPS is working. A lot of people are working underground, but there are some places that it's going to take a little longer to get there. But they must just hold strong. One of the things that happened in the British Virgin Islands is that during the Hurricane Irma, there was no death during the storm. Most of the death came after the storm. Because when people woke up the next morning and saw the devastation of the British Virgin Islands, people take to heart and people just die. I mean, many deaths after the storm. So people just need to be strong. You lose material things, you have life, you can build again. Just start again. And just keep hope alive. Because Jamaica people, we are strong people. I'm living here in the British Virgin Islands. I gone through the Category 5 hurricane. I have seen concrete walls fall. So a lot of the houses that are in the western area of Jamaica, the boat houses would never stand. And that is the reason why that it is so bad at the west end of the island. So one of the things that Jamaica needs to do right now in building back, build concrete houses and don't go back to board houses. As much as possible, build concrete houses. And I just want to tell the Jamaican people, be strong. Be strong, because we are strong people and we are resilient.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that. We're up on a break. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will continue taking your calls.
Spectrum Insurance Brokers provides quality insurance coverage and risk management services. The time by Spectrum Insurance Brokers Limited, setting the industry standards, is
9:31.
Ho, ho, ho! And what would you like for Christmas?
A paint tough enough for my messy grandkids. Perfect color matching for my living room.
Paint that covers in fewer coats,
A finish that stands up to sun or rain,
BH Paints has you covered. Now up to 25% off.
Be one of the first 200 monthly to register on championsofcolor.com and get a free gallon of BH New Ultima Advanced Formula. No purchase required.
All I want for Christmas is BH Paints.
Discounts available at BH Paint stores and participating hardwares.
Me grow up and see my granny save her money under her mattress. But at an old time something. That's where I save my money in the bank. And become I want to buy a little house, we also save in a building society. We have to be smart with how we save our money.
So, what if the bank crash?
Well, that's where JDIC comes in. Make I tell you something. With the JDIC Deposit Insurance Scheme, once you save your money in a commercial bank, merchant bank, or building society, your deposit is covered up to a maximum of $1.2 million per depositor per financial institution if the institution fails. All the information that you need is available at jdic.org, and you can follow their social media platform for more information.
JDIC, protecting deposits for you and me.
Good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm Nora Gay Banton, and we are taking your calls. But just before we go back to the phone lines, I was given the list of areas that the minister with responsibility for works highlighted that are either still blocked or are to be assessed. And let me just go through the rest of the list. Manchester, and I'm sure as the days go on, some of these areas will be removed from the list. And also, if you are able to assist, especially with those areas where there are fallen trees and landslides, and you have any kind of access to backhoes and trucks that you can use to help in some of these areas, please do so. Now more than ever, we need all hands on deck. In Manchester, Alligator Pond to Guts River is flooded. Williamsfield to Mile Gully is flooded. Newley Road is flooded. Dump to Moravia, there is a landslide. Christiana to Alston, landslide. In St. James, Barnet to Adelphi, damaged road at Chelsea. Sign to Virgin Valley, landslides and fallen trees. Fairfield to Point, there's a breakaway at Johns Hall. Montpelier to Cambridge, flooded at Seven Rivers. Cambridge to Retrieve, landslides. Johns Hall to Stapleton, landslides. In Trelawney, Martha Bray to Kinloss, fallen trees. Stettin to Highgate Hall, breakaway. And Martha Bray to Peru, fallen trees. In Westmoreland, Torrington to Galloway is flooded at Petersfield. White House to Petersville there are fallen trees there. Hartford to Flower Hill, fallen trees. In St. Andrew, Guava Ridge to Mahogany Vale, damaged Ford and landslides. Red Light to Hardware Gap, landslides. Bull Bay to Bloxborough, landslides. And in St. Catherine, Sports Park to Post Road, landslide. Bartons to Ginger Ridge, landslide. Spanish Town to Bog Walk, fallen light posts and wires. So those are the areas that the NWA is working to restore. And if you want to know the areas that are restored, I read them earlier, or you can go to Minister Robert Morgan's Instagram page, or I'm sure he probably posted it on all his social media pages. On Instagram, you can search Robert Nesta Morgan or Nesta JA, and you should find the information there. We go back to the phone lines. Voice of New York, good morning.
Hi, good morning. I want to make a quick comment here. So I think you said earlier, I'm not sure about the solar generator. So those are, from my understanding, those are battery. They're run by a battery. So basically those can stay inside, but I'll keep them away from where I'm sleeping or the sleeping area, because those cannot be wet. The battery, I haven't heard none caught on fire, but as you know, with the e-bikes, depends on the manufacturer, you know, it can get on fire. So I'll keep them away from us, you know.
Right, really and truly, I was just saying, Voice of New York, to be safe, just keep all of them outside. That's what I was saying.
Okay, yeah, but I agree, but except the one that uses battery, it cannot be wet. So just want to put that out there. It shouldn't get wet up, because all electronics in there, I'll keep it away from water. The battery one. So that's the one put that out there.
Okay, thank you.
Fire alarm is a very good thing to have in the house, regardless if you have a generator or not. So, you know, I know it's probably not the right time to get one because, of course, devastation. But fire alarm is very good to have in the house. I just think that's just, it's a bit cheap now. They're not that expensive.
What do you call not that expensive?
Well, you can get one for $10 US, fire alarm. And the battery, the one that we can get here, the battery will last for 10 years. So every 10 years, you get a new one. You don't have to change the battery every year. You could test it for, when I'm coming down, I'm going to bring some to just give to people. And I'm going to do it sometimes I forget, but it's a good thing to have in the house. I can get them for maybe $10, $20. And after 10 years, you could get a new one. But they're very, very good to have. And you should have probably more than one. If you have multiple levels, you should have it on every floor. Again, an investment of $100 US every 10 years, that's not going to kill you. But one next thing I want to touch on, the next alarm you should have is a carbon monoxide alarm. Now, I know if you have a generator, it can come in very handy, because if you have built up of carbon monoxide from the generator, it should go off and let you know something is going on. But I'm going to say this to you. A lot of Jamaican people, even if you don't have a generator, you should have one. Why? Most Jamaicans use a thing called a gas stove. Believe it or not, a gas stove also lets off carbon monoxide. It's probably not going to kill you, because most of the time you're going to use it for a short period of time. But a lot of time, if you do a lot of cooking, you're getting these headaches, and you're getting nauseated, and you're not sure what is going on. But because of your gas stove, even if you have no gas leak, by just cooking on your gas stove, especially if you're in a close quarter, you can also get in the buildup of carbon dioxide. Chances are that won't kill you, because, of course, you cook for an hour, you turn the stove off, and it'll go away. But if you're getting a buildup, you're getting headaches, at least you'll know what's going on. I actually happened to me, because here in the state, I think most state by law you have to have a carbon dioxide in your house, and the reason for it is mainly because you have a furnace or you have a boiler that gives off carbon dioxide. But one summer, the boiler was off, and this thing was going on. It would just keep going off, and I was wondering what's going on. It turned out that I realized this because I was cooking a lot. This stove was giving off carbon monoxide poisoning. So I recommend also that even if you don't plan to run a generator, I just want to put that out there. Any question?
No, thank you so much, Voice of New York.
You're welcome.
All right. The phone lines are 876-630-9371, 630-9372, 630-9373, 630-9374, and 618-8255. Just to highlight again some areas in Trelawney, persons in this area, they are reaching out for some assistance. The aid not reaching them as it is reaching some of the other areas in Trelawney. So if you are seeking to assist and you are looking for some of those other areas that are not getting as much help, you can visit Troy, Wilson's Run, Crown Lands, and areas close by in Trelawney. Troy, Wilson's Run, Crown Lands, and areas close by, those areas in Trelawney, they are reaching out for some assistance. MP Marissa Dalrymple Philibert is the MP for that area in South Trelawney. All right. So if you are organizing relief efforts and you're looking for some areas that have not been reached frequently or as much as others, Troy, Wilson's Run, Crownlands, and surrounding areas, they need some assistance. Just before I go back to the phone lines, this person here is trying to reach, is it a male? Okay, so Asiano is trying to reach Zora, his mother, and siblings in Nain, St. Elizabeth. So Asiano is trying to reach his mother Zora and his siblings in Nain, St. Elizabeth. He has organized for her to collect a package tomorrow from Anthony, but he has not been able to reach her via phone and would love if this message could get to her. So if anybody knows Zora in Nain, Trelawney, Asiano is trying to reach you. He's organizing a package to come to you with some care items, but he's not able to get to you. So Zora, if you can reach out to Asiano, or any of Asiano's siblings listening, or anybody knows them and can get this message to them. Asiano is trying to reach his mother Zora and his siblings in Nain, St. Elizabeth. He had previously reached them and is trying to organize a care package to get to them tomorrow, but he has not been able to get through to them again to let them know where they should go to pick up the care package. So somebody's coming with the care package, but Zora from Nain, St. Elizabeth, your son is trying to get to you urgently so that some assistance can come your way. I hope this message gets to Zora and Zora will be able to pick up that package from her son, Asiano. All right, let's go back to the phone line. Well, we're up on the break, so let's take the break, and then when we come back, we'll continue taking calls.
Every road, every ride, Burt's Auto Parts and KYB have you covered. From October 24, 2025 to January 30, 2026, get 15% off when you purchase 2 or more KYB shocks at any Burt's location. Plus, enjoy 10% off installation at Burt's Service Center. And for a limited time, you also get a gift with every KYB shocks purchase. So whether it's pothole, corners, or smooth highways, ride in comfort and confidence with KYB shocks from Burt's Auto Parts. Conditions apply. It hurts if you don't check Burt's.
Fill all your prescriptions, get cosmetics and other pharmaceutical items at Mannings Hill Pharmacy, located at 34A Mannings Hill Road, Kingston. Telephone 924-6280. At Mannings Hill Pharmacy, they stock all the hard-to-get medication. The time by Mannings Hill Pharmacy is
9:45.
Hi, I'm Lloyd Gale from Oasis, advising of a change in our program focus, November 5 to 18. We do a shift from reading the Word to living out the Word. Host Roland Gale will speak with heads of churches regarding their intervention in getting our lives back on track following Hurricane Melissa. Be sure to join Roland and his guests on Oasis beginning Wednesday, November 5. 12:55 p.m. with a repeat at 5:45 a.m. only on Nationwide, the new revolution in media. Let's all be praying for our nation.
Good morning, good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I am Norege Banton, and we are taking your calls this morning. We're going to go right back to the phone lines now. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Banton.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm an ardent listener of Nationwide, but this is my first time call. I listen every day.
Oh, welcome to the program.
Yes, man. Miss Banton, just ask a simple question.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a subject in school that's called critical thinking?
Critical thinking.
Yes.
It's not a subject per se, but I know that especially with the recent change from GSAT to PEP, critical thinking is we call it a subsection of how they are tested. So yes, I would say to some extent, yes.
Okay, because the truth about it, Ms. Banton, our people really, really, really need to be thinking. And I mean, thinking for themselves, not listening to false information and have their reason why they are saying something,
Yeah.
You don't just listen to what people said and run with it and think, yes, that is it. But if you understand, Ms. Banda, false news sells.
You said what now?
False news sells.
False news, I didn't get that last one. Spell?
Sell, yes. People buy false news.
Oh, sells. False news sells. Yes. And it spreads faster than factual information.
I can't believe. Sometimes I hear some people talk. I have to really wonder if they are really thinking,
Yeah.
But anyway, it is what it is. My main reason for calling still is that I just want to make some correction. A road that you mentioned this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Red light to hardware gap.
Mm-hmm.
Is not just landslide. They have breakaway.
Okay.
Breakaway. So people are maroon in the community. So it's not just landslide. When you say landslide, it seems as if it can clear easily.
Okay,
but no.
okay.
There's a section of that road from red light to hardware that's totally cut off. And based on what I see there is no quick fixing.
Okay.
There's a community called Middleton. The member of parliament knows where I'm talking about. I'm just wanting to know a member of parliament. And I know she's on the ground working. But that community is totally cut off. So just want to make the correction. It's not just landslide from red light to hardware gap. We have breakaways.
Okay.
All
right. Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Yes. Kingsley.
Yes.
And I'm sure the NWA is working as best as they can. Many of the roads that were blocked previously have been cleared to at least single lane traffic, and the work continues. And I appeal once again to those companies that operate backhoe and all of those trucks and machines, construction companies and so forth. If you can even at least offer your equipment, for a day, if you can. If you are not yet a part of the group assisting, and you can offer assistance for at least a day, find some areas and clear them, call some MPs, get through to the ministry and see if you can assist, even for a day. It would be great. It would I'm sure it would help. I am seeing that there is a press briefing scheduled for today at 10 a.m. from Jamaica House. And it is the subject of this press briefing, of course, is Hurricane Melissa recovery, Jamaica's recovery. Due to speak, I'm seeing Daryl Vaz, Minister of Energy, Telecoms and Transport, Christopher Tufton, Minister of Health and Wellness. I'm also seeing the Chairman of the Private Sector Coordination Committee, Keith Duncan, listed here, Senator Keith Duncan, to speak, and the new head, Director General of ODPEM, the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, Commander Alvin Gale, As you know, there was some recent reshuffling with the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, and there's a new man at the helm of things, Commander Alvin Gale. He is also due to speak at this press briefing. So that is coming up at 10 a.m. from Jamaica House. All right. Well, we have time just to take one more call, but if no calls, then I see a comment in the YouTube chat. Please call on the MP for Northwest St. Elizabeth to lobby for his constituency. Newton, Bartons, Horton, Johnny Bottom, Coker, etc. need to clear the roads, need help to clear the roads. So some sections there in Northwest St. Elizabeth that need assistance. This person in the YouTube chat saying the MP needs to advocate for the constituency. You know, we'll just do our part in calling them out for you. So let me go again with calling out those areas. Newton, Bartons, Horton, Johnny Bottom, Coker, and surrounding areas. And there's another comment here that I want to highlight. Barbara Robinson says she is trying to reach her cousin Lillian Daly, who is in Black River. Lillian Daly from Black River, your cousin Barbara Robinson is trying to reach you. Haven't heard from her since the hurricane. So if anybody knows Lillian Daly from, is there any other name that she goes by? Because, you know, sometimes in Jamaica, somebody has a whole name, you know, but all your life you've been calling them Keisha, and Keisha is not their right name. So is Barbara, does Lillian go by any other name? Just in case those who may be able to reach her don't know her by Lillian Daly. So Barbara Robinson trying to reach her cousin Lillian Daly from Black River. Hope Lillian is okay and Barbara will be able to reach her soon. All right, I think that's where we are going to leave it for the Consumer Hour this morning. We are gonna make way now for Cliff Hughes Online. As I said, the press briefing is scheduled to begin at 10, may not start exactly at 10, but we are standing by for that.
That was the Consumer Hour with Nora Gay Banton.
Get ready, students! Get ready, parents! And get ready, schools! From January to March 2026, Nationwide 90 FM is hitting the road again with the NNN School Tour, a fun, organized, and interactive journey bringing excitement, energy, and empowerment straight to your school under the theme Rise Up, Represent, Do It for Your Future.
You know getting nothing less than 98 when school over, me never avoid the gate.
This tour is all about motivating Jamaica's youth to dream big, take action, and own their future. Expect